Gaudeamus Muziekweek is there for composers from all around the world to network and meet each other. But also it's a festival for an audience who is eager to hear what the youngest generation of composers are making nowadays.
I came to see Gaudeamus Muziekweek. I heard about it from friends who had heard about it from other people, so that's how I discovered it at first. The festival itself was excellent. It was a really wonderful experience. It's such an opportunity to see so many different pieces by so many different composers from all over the world.
Gaudeamus Muziekweek is kind of a huge international new music icon. Everyone knows about it from everywhere, and it has a huge history. It's also kind of started a lot of people's careers as composers.
So we like to present shorter concerts where people keep their attention.
Well, the festival hub this year was in Tivoli Vredenburg, brand new building here in Utrecht. It has 5 different halls, and it's a fantastic place where you can have concerts after each other.
Everything's really jam-packed, so it's really easy to go from one concert, and then there's usually a big group of people walking to the next venue to see the next concert, so you don't even have to worry about having a map or anything, you just follow the crowd. The music at this festival is astounding. The other thing that I really appreciated about the concert was the variety. You heard everything from music that was more theatrical to music that was what you would expect in a concert hall to music that was almost noise music, as well as sound installation. So there was a little bit of everything for everybody here.
Attached to delicate electronic instruments, a cabbage plant register.
We always think that contemporary music is not only about music in concert halls, but also about music or sound, in the most broader sense of sound, presented in public spaces. So an audience which might not be very familiar with contemporary music can hear music that they didn't experience yet, and they could be fascinated by it.
A theme this year is the green sounds, we call. So we have a nice cooperation with the Botanical Gardens of Utrecht, which have the 375th year of existence. And we invited Soundlinks Collective to make sound sculptures in the garden. People have a sound tour through the city and experience, well, the secret life of plants, we say. Next to that, in this building, we have installed an exhibition of sound sculptures which relate to the communication of plants to humans.
The ensemble in residence, for us, it actually is a really good opportunity that we will be the ensemble here performing all the 5 premiere pieces, and we get the chance to work with the individual composers.
Last week we rehearsed with all the nominated composers. There are 5, and they all wrote a piece for us.
So if there are only 5 composers, that means we can focus on each composers more to get to know them, not only the musical language, but also a little bit about personality, which I think is reflected on their music too.
Well, this year we changed the structure, so it's a shorter festival with fewer composers, because 5 of them, only 5 we selected as candidates for the Gaudeamus Prize, and of these 5 we present 3 works, each of them. They can present themselves much better than just by one piece, which we have done now for 70 years. So this is a big change. And these 5 composers, they first come to Utrecht to work with all the musicians and with each other and with the jury. So it's an intensive working week, and at the end of the week they have prepared fully for the presentation of their works in the festival.
Well, it's called Meet Tomorrow's Composer, and we had a chance to see what was important to them, what direction they're going in, to have the audience get to know the passions of each composer or the things that they find they're struggling with now, or a little bit about what's important to them.
But it's also good to put them in front of an audience and to talk with the composer. That we are not talking about pieces, we're talking about composers who are still alive. And that's so good. Normally we speak about composers who are dead. And that is also a thing, so the public knows also the whole idea what the composer is doing. So they get a kind of complete picture of the composer and his work.
Those 5 composers, they receive a much more in-depth exposure with multiple pieces performed, with 1 commission. So fundamentally these 5 are already winners. And then we're gonna select always, 1 first.
But there can only be 1 winner. The winner of the Gaudeamus Prize 2014 is Anna Korsun.
The 1 prize is fantastic, it's prestigious, people around the world, it's an international competition, they'll all know Anna Korsun's name.
Yeah, it was an incredible time. This personal meeting and group meeting, it was very touching and deep, and I felt myself here like in a family, like Hank mentioned. Yeah, that's true.
What we're looking at in the future of new music, the future of contemporary music, is so vital and so fascinating. It's not at all scary music. These are people coming from totally different backgrounds, from totally different countries, people influenced by experimental pop or underground electronica, and they're coming and they're really crafting beautiful, deep and profound pieces, or fun and hilarious pieces. This new music, this isn't scary new music. This is not the 20th century. This is proper, we're getting to mid-21st century even now, and these young composers are going to be exactly what that's about. So come and listen, because once you come and hear it, I think you're going to come back again and again.